Okay, so this is the drive. Okay, there in here you have this something called ADFDI Excel add-in installer. Okay, just download that and install it first. Okay, once you have installed it, the next process is to enable it in the Excel. Okay, once you have installed it and the installation is completed successfully, the next step that you will have to do is open a blank Excel. Okay, open a blank Excel. From that, you go to the files. Okay, and then you go to click on more and options. Okay, and then in options, you have something called trust center, trust center settings. Okay, and then in that you have to go to macro settings. Okay, if this is how your macro setting page is displayed, then you have to do what? Enable all macros and make sure that you enable the trust access to PBA project model. If this is how your Excel macro setting page is displayed. Okay, if it is not, do let me know, and there is some other thing that you will have to do there, which will then enable the macros. Okay, so that is one step. Okay, then what you need to do is once that is done, you click on OK. Okay, that one. Once you have done the macro settings, you click on OK. Okay, and then just a moment. Yeah, then in this particular above the trust center, there is something called add-ins. Okay, and then in the add-ins, what you need to do is in manage, you click on com add-ins and click on go. And in that, this should be available. Okay. Oracle ADF 11G desktop integration add-in for Excel, and the checkbox should be enabled. Okay. So these are the steps that you need to do. Okay. Once you have installed that ADFDI plugin. Okay. And then you save the, just save the, this thing, add-ins and everything that you have done. You have clicked on OK, and then you do what? You close this Excel. Okay. Close this Excel. Okay. Then what you need to do is you have to go to Oracle application, your login, that is the user interface login. Okay. Go to general accounting, click on journals. In the task list, you have something called create journal in spreadsheet. Okay. You click on that. It will download the journal entry ADFDI spreadsheet. Open it. Once it is downloaded, okay, so this will be the first space, okay, or the first thing that will come up. Okay, then you need to click on enable editing, and this pop-up should come up. Okay, if you have done all the add-ins, it has been installed correctly, and the macros has been enabled. Okay, and then add-ins, com add-ins, you have just reviewed that there is if that Oracle ADFDI 11G, that thing is available, then in that, if all those things are properly there, then this will when you open the ADFDI spreadsheet, this pop-up will come up asking you to connect to your login. Okay, to that URL. This should come up. If this doesn't come up, that means your setup is not proper, or there is some issue with the setup. Okay, once you click on OK, this is the page that will come up for you to input your credentials. Okay. Just ignore this and directly click on OK, because this connection has failed. Let me open it again. DRX, EDRX Dev 1. This is EDRX Dev 1. Okay, let me try again. Okay, this if this pop-up comes up, then just simply click on skip. Okay, so now this is the spreadsheet that is available. Okay, there are two spreadsheets, which is a single journal and multiple journal. Okay, you have to you can upload multiple journals using this multiple journal spreadsheet. Okay, and if it is a single journal, then you can upload using the single journal as a spreadsheet. Okay, from the single journal worksheet. Okay, now the difference between these two are this: in the single journal, it is at the header level that you provide all the journal details. Okay, like the journal name and then description, ledger, everything like that, you will provide at the header level. Okay, but in case of multiple journals, everything is at the line level because you are creating multiple journal. So there should be multiple journal and multiple journal batches and multiple journal that you have to provide at the line level. So basically, the difference is, in this case, single journal, the journal level information or the journal header level information will be at this section. Okay, at the top as a single entry. Okay, in the multiple journal, it will be at the line level so that you can have multiple journals created by putting all the information at the line level details. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, between that. So how you can utilize this? I'll just upload one case in the single journal and show you. Okay, so in here you will have to, so journal, the name of the journal, it's not mandatory, but yes, in your case, when you are uploading the manual journal, you can provide a manual name. Okay, that means a name that indicates the purpose of the journal. Okay, otherwise system will do what? System will create its own name with the system specific name for with the date and time stamps and everything. Okay, so that is there. That is how it will create. That is where it is not mandatory. Okay, then we will have to select the ledger. So this ledger will come up based on the access that you have. Okay, that your user has. Okay, and then accounting date you can provide. Okay, let me say today is 13th. Okay, I'll say 12/02/023. Okay, then group ID. This is the system generated ID. Do not change anything on that. Spreadsheet. Okay, what is the source? Basically, the source uh, for the journals that you upload using the ADFDI, it will always be spreadsheet. Okay, so you can just keep it that way. Then category. Now category you have to select. So you just click on that cell and double click. It will connect to the Oracle application and it will give you the entire list. Again, from that list, you can choose the category in which you want to post. So you can search, select and click on OK. Then reversal periods. If at all you want to have it reversed in the next period using the auto reversal process, then you can provide it manually also. Okay, otherwise you don't need to provide it. If the auto reversal criteria set is defined for this category, then it will automatically select and it will do the reversals as well, depending upon what is the scenario. So in this case, let's say we don't want any reversal, even though at this period itself, we don't want anything, and the category is others, and then we can select the line level information. Okay, the totals, the control totals that we saw at the journal level, that can be input here. Okay, in this case, it is not available. In the multiple journal, it might be. Okay, so what this section would do is basically it will sum up all the values that you are entering here, and it will show you the details. Okay. Now we can enter the company details, the cost center, and the entire combination. Okay, so double click on that. It will open up the segments page where you can select all the values one by one, and then you can click on OK. So it will take up all the entire combination. Sorry. Okay, so all the segments have been displayed. Select all the values. So account, let me select any expense account. Okay, just a few more things around this ADFDI and FBDI. See, ADFDIs are generally this spreadsheet functionality that Oracle has inbuilt in the application. Okay, that functionality is generally utilized by the business users or the business accountants and all. Okay, but the FBDI process, FBDI sheets that we have, it is generally utilized by the administrators. Okay, administrators as well as functional consultants or the integration team who develops the integration to bring in the journal entries from a different software. Okay, let's say they are maintaining some other software as well for accounting purposes, which is their primary point of data entry. And then in that case, the integration team is involved, and the integration team, which are technical team, generally they would develop an integration such that the data from that third party software gets picked up, and then it is basically imported into Oracle, okay, in the required format. So if it is a journal, then in the journal format, whatever is required, it gets imported. Now that format is basically, or the way in which they do is basically using the FBDI. So in that FBDI spreadsheet, or in that FBDI template, they prepare the data, or they code it in such a way that the data gets prepared, and that FBDI is prepared finally, and then that FBDI output is basically imported into Oracle. Okay, so it is generally the administrators that use it manually, or the integration team that use it to develop the integration to fetch in the data. So that is the use of FBDI. FBDI is not directly given to business users. Okay, because there are so many things that they might not know from the template perspective. Okay, only the functional consultant who has, or the IT people, or the integration users who are aware of the the configurations and the aspects, or the aspects around it, they will be able to know the specific data inputs that needs to be there in the FBDI. Okay, so that is just one more thing that I wanted to highlight. Okay, anyways, this is instance is not working. We'll open it in another instance. Let's see if that works. Okay, let us provide it in here. Category I'll select as others. This is a three segment chart of accounts. Default, and let me select the account. Yeah, let it. This thing is not working. But let me see if some other already prepared sheet is there. Then I'll show you how the data entry is to be done. This is not FBDI. Okay, so this is the sample that you can see. Okay, so you can enter the company cost centers by selecting those values from the when you open double click and open the menu, and then you are able to select the segment values. Okay, and then once you have selected it and then click on OK, the entire list will get populated in each of their respective columns. Then you enter the currency. Okay, then you enter the entered debit and credit. Okay, so basically that is where you would enter the values. And if it is a foreign currency, then additionally you will have to enter what? The conversion rate type, the conversion, rate you not need not enter if you select corporate. Okay, corporate, and then there is the date you have selected. And let's say in the system there is already an exchange rate available for the combination of the rate type corporate and the date 8/11/2022. Let's say, then in that case you need not select any, or you need not input any values. Okay, system will automatically pick up the rate based on the defined rates in the system. If it is a foreign currency, if it is a ledger currency, then you need not provide these two information. Okay, you can directly provide the enter debit and credit. That's it. Okay, and once you have input this information until this conversion rate type, let's say, or conversion rate, then in that case what you will do is, after you have done that, you will go to, there is an option that will be available here, okay, which will have something called import. Okay, that you will have to select, or that you will have to click. Okay, and when you click or when you click on that upload process, it will actually run the program, and then it will show you, if it errors out, then what will happen is it will show you insert error or invalid entry, something like that. There will be an error message. And if it is successfully inserted, then you will see the status as row inserted successfully. Okay, let me open that page just to show you the option what it will show when you have, once you have completed the process. So let me open this. Okay, so once you have prepared the data, this is where you will have, there will be a tab called create journal available, and then there is this icon submit. Okay, so once you have entered the data correctly, then you submit it, and the submit process, there will be a process that will run in the schedule program for importing the journal. Okay, that process will first of all validate the data. Okay, and then upon validation, if it finds out any error, then in that case it will highlight the it will cancel the import process, and it will show the row status. Okay, that means inserted, it could not be inserted, or something like that will be there. Okay, or insert errored out, something like that will be there, and then you will be able to even see the issues. Okay, what is the issue, generic issue? If it is a generic issue, then you will be able to see the error message also, and then you will have to take corrective action according to the message. Okay, and then you will have to resubmit it for the import. If it is successfully imported, then you will get a message called row inserted successful. And then you can go where you can go to the application user interface. And in the user interface, you will come to manage journal. And in manage journal, what you will do is you will enter the accounting period in which you had uploaded the journal, and the source you will enter as spreadsheet. Why? Because at this level, the source has been provided as spreadsheet. Okay. So that source you will have to select and then click on search. And then you will be able to find the journal entry that is available for you to review. Okay, the posted one. So in case you have multiple options there also. When you submit it, you have an option to import and post, or you just want to import it and then review it. There are multiple options that you will see when you click on the submit process. So right now I won't be able to submit because there is no data available. Okay, so it will give me an error. Okay. So that way you can upload it. Okay, so you upload it and then let me know if you face any issues, and then we can work on that. Okay. Now, FBDI process, I have explained on the FBDI process how you can do it. So first of all, you will have to go to the web and then search for the FBDI, Oracle Fusion Journal Import. FBDI. Okay, so in this, it will be here, it will be coming up as file-based data import, FBDI for financials. Click on that. And you will have to scroll down up till general accounting. Okay, general ledger. In the general ledger, you have journal import as a topic. And then when you click on that, you have this template, journal import template. You download that. And here you have a sample. Okay, Oracle provides you a sample on how to prepare the data for your information. Okay, so this is a bit technical in nature. Okay, this you won't be able to connect to the user interface to select any value. So let's say journal source. If you double click, it will not take you to the system you login. Okay, so this is where you will have to manually input, okay, all the data uh, you know correctly. All the data that you enter should be exactly matching to what there is in the system. So journal source, so balance transfer is a journal source which will be there in the system. Now journal source can be again what, a third party software which you will have to first create in the system or do a setup in the system, and then only you will be able to utilize, okay, in the FBDI. Okay, so how to create a journal source? Okay, there is a setup available for that as well. So let me go to system and I'll go to setup and maintenance. Financials, manage journal source. Okay, in here you have all the sources. This page we have already seen earlier as well, earlier when we were discussing on the journal source part. So whenever there is an integration with a third party software, that source will first of all have to be created here. Okay, and then in turn that exact name that you have created here or configured here should be utilized in the FBDI template in here. Okay, so the exact name you will have to utilize. Then only you will be able to, or system will be able to recognize for which source this is, and then it will be able to upload. Okay, so this is just an example which has been provided by Oracle for importing of journals. So you can see the status has been set as new. Okay, ledger ID. So this ledger ID, how you can get it? This is not the exact value that you will have to input. There is a ledger ID that is created specifically for each of your ledgers. The ledger that you create, right? That ledger, each of those ledger has a specific ledger ID. So how can you get that ID? You will have to go to the setup task called manage primary ledger. Okay. And in the manage primary ledger, search for your ledger. Okay. And then click on view columns. This one, there is a column called ledger ID which is disabled. Enable it. Okay, so enabling it will display the value. So this is the value that you will have to provide where? Provide in the FBDI that you are preparing to upload journal for your ledger. Okay, so this is the reason why we say that we cannot provide this sheet to the business users, because first of all, business users do not have access to the setups, and hence they will not be able to know what is the ledger ID value. Okay, similarly, what is the exact source name for the journal? What is the exact category name for journal? Okay, so that is the reason we generally, this is something which is not provided to business users, that is the business accountant and all, but it is generally used by the functional consultants, the integration users, okay, or the IT security managers who govern or who do work with respect to this. So generally in the data migration process, FBDI is used by the functional consultants, finance functional consultants. Okay. In case of integration, this FBDI is used by the integration technical team who use this template to populate the data in this particular format. Okay. So I hope ledger ID you have understood how to get it. Then effective date of transaction, it is nothing but the account, the date in which you want to do the transaction. Then the source you have understood, journal category you understand now. Currency code, it is the currency code in which you want to do the journal entry. That currency code you will have to provide. Then the journal creation date. So effective date of transaction and the creation date can be same, can be different depending upon what is the case. Now actual flag. So basically the flag for journal entry, as I mentioned, the balance type for journal entry would be what? For normal accounting journal entries, it will be A, or which stands for actual. Okay. Then there are certain other values as well. E stands for encumbrance. So if you are doing an encumbrance journal entry, then you will have to use E. But in case of normal journal entry, which has a monetary impact or which needs to appear on the financial statements, right? That has to be selected as A, which stands for the balance type actual. Okay. Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, segment 4, segment 5, you can see only the segment names. Segment 1, segment 2, like that. But what this segment stands for, okay, it is only a functional consultant who has the access to the setup and maintenance would know which segment stands for company value, which segment stands for, the account value, which segment stands for uh, cost center value. Okay, so that is where it will not be available in the FBDI. It will just show segment 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And according to your configurations that you have in your chart of account, okay, which segment you have used for what company or cost center like that, based on that you will have to populate the value in that sequence. Okay, then you populate the entered debit amount, entered credit amount, depending upon what is the case. Okay, converted debit and converted credit, you don't have to provide if you have the exchange rate information. Okay, if at all, let's say in case of foreign currencies, foreign currency journal, then in that case you can directly provide what? You can provide the exchange information, currency conversion rate, currency conversion date, currency conversion type. In case of foreign currency, these are the 3 columns that you will have to provide additionally. Okay. Then reference. Now this reference 1 column itself says it is for batch name. Okay. So that is where you will have to provide the batch name, journal batch name. Reference 2 is for batch description. You will have to provide it for batch description. Reference 3 is a hidden column. So if you expand it, okay, only for it is a general reference purpose. Okay, then reference 4 is for journal entry name that you will have to provide. Reference 5 is for journal entry description that you can provide for journal populating the description column. Okay, similarly, entry reference. There is another field called journal entry reference. For that, if you want to populate that field, then you have to use this column. Okay. Then what next? Currency I have explained, currency conversion type, date, and rate. This you will have to populate in case it is a foreign currency. Okay, rate you will have to populate only if you are doing a user rate. Okay, otherwise currency conversion type and the currency conversion date you can populate, and then based on that, if there is a rate available in the system, automatically Oracle will pick up that rate and then it will do the accounting. Then interface group ID. What is this for? Basically, this column is important because based on this, the grouping of journal is done. Okay, so how the journals need to be grouped together. Okay, so this is what is a key indicator or a key item that you need to populate. For all those lines, these are all the lines. For all those lines, okay, that you want to club together into one journal, okay, you will have to provide the information under this. Okay, or the same numbering should be provided. Or you can say all those journal batches and all those journals that you want to club together, Okay, that you will have to provide here. A unique numbering you will have to provide for each grouping. Okay. And then period name, you need not provide unless it is an adjustment period. Okay, only in case of adjustment period, if the journal entry is to be uploaded to an adjustment period, then only you need to provide it here. Otherwise, you don't need to provide. System will automatically take into consideration the transaction date, and then it will derive the accounting information or the accounting period. Okay. Remaining things that you see, attribute 1 and 2, these are not required at this stage because it is for populating the descriptive flex field that we will understand later. Okay. So I hope you have understood this. Okay, try doing or try uploading the journal. Okay, and then tomorrow what I will do is I will create a sample FBDI value, and then I'll upload it tomorrow in our session. Okay, I'll show you how to upload that data. So right now I hope you have understood it, but then when you see it tomorrow, the sample, it will be more clear on how to do the remaining processes. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
In this ledger ID, whatever 9497 is there, no? So suppose if we create one more thing, again we have to continue this number, or we'll get new ID from Oracle.
See, this is ledger ID. Okay, ledger ID is unique to your ledger.
Oh, our ledger, correct. That ledger we created for that.
So for whatever journal entries that you are going to post it in a particular ledger, that you will have, for all of them, you will have to populate the same number.
Okay, got it.
Okay. All right. Okay, any other questions you have, then please write it down, and tomorrow please join 10 minutes earlier. Okay, 10 or 15 minutes earlier, and clear out your doubts. Okay. Okay, I will show you the sample tomorrow, and then it will be a bit more clear to you. Okay, what are the, or how the exactly the detail need to be populated.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys, and have a good day.